said the same. He said the same thing. I don't believe, and he doesn't believe that there are kids, because you don't yank around and use alleged.
Whoever heard of a baby bump being so variable, and not to mention swinging from side to side? Oh, let's do the cha-cha, or shall we do chubby checker? Let's twist again like we never twisted.
It just seems that these two can't get anything right, particularly when it...
For years, rumors have buzzed in the shadows. Whispers echoed through palace halls and flooded online forums. But now, those whispers have erupted into a full-blown scandal that could shatter the royal image beyond repair. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, once celebrated as the modern face of royalty, are now at the center of a terrifying claim, one that challenges everything we've been told. A mysterious woman using the alias DL has stepped forward and shaken the world to its core, declaring that she is not just a surrogate, but the biological mother of Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. And in a shocking twist, Prince Harry may have accidentally confirmed it all in his own words. This isn't tabloid chatter anymore. This is a full-on royal earthquake, and the Buzz Loop is pulling back the velvet curtain to show you the truth behind the headlines. Let's start with the alleged bombshell itself,
where Meghan and Harry made some major mistakes that only fueled all of these rumors and issues surrounding their handling of the children, the privacy, all of it. They created a really big mess of Archie's birth.
DL, a woman cloaked in anonymity, says she possesses irrefutable evidence, medical records, NDAs, financial contracts, that link her directly to the children the Sussexes claim as their own. And this isn't just a wild claim thrown into the void. She's naming names, citing dates, and laying out specifics only someone intimately involved would know. She's not describing a simple surrogacy situation either. According to DL, these are her biological children, not Meghan's. True, this would be one of the most staggering acts of deception in royal history. And here's the twist that makes this even more unbelievable. Prince Harry might have accidentally spilled the beans himself. In his memoir Spare, Harry writes about returning home just 2 hours after Archie's birth. 2 hours. Now, anyone who's been through childbirth or even knows the basics understands that this timeline doesn't make sense. Medical professionals, midwives, mothers, they've all spoken up, saying recovery from childbirth, especially a first-time birth, involves far more observation,
games, and you know what they did? They won stupid prizes. More controversies, more conspiracies, really it's theories. More theories thrown their way, and more fuel and evidence to the theories.
Recovery time and caution. No mother is strolling out of the hospital 2 hours after giving birth unless something unusual is happening. So now people are asking, was Meghan ever pregnant at all? And suddenly, all those inconsistencies around Archie's birth are being dragged into the light. The press release about Meghan going into labor, released after Archie was already born. A mysterious 8-hour delay in announcing his arrival. A carefully staged photo call days later with Meghan in a pristine white dress and Harry awkwardly cradling the baby. An event that, in hindsight, felt more like a performance than a celebration. Add to that the multiple corrections made to Archie's birth certificate, all personally filed by Harry, and it starts to paint a very suspicious picture. Then comes the biggest hit of all. Reports that Portland Hospital, the elite London facility where Archie was supposedly born, has no record of Meghan Markle ever being admitted as a patient. That's right, one of the most high-profile births in royal history, and the hospital that allegedly hosted it says they have no evidence, no admission form, no medical chart, no trace. Are we supposed to believe a major hospital forgot to record the birth of a royal baby? Of course not. And the delay in announcing the birth? The palace blamed it on technical difficulties. In 2019, when every phone, email, and social media platform in the world was working just fine. Convenient, isn't it? Now the questions are boiling over. If Archie wasn't born in Portland Hospital, then where was he born and by whom? DL claims the answer is her. She says she signed NDAs that kept her silent for years, forced into the shadows while Meghan and Harry strutted across red carpets with their happy family narrative. But now she's had enough. She's speaking up, not for money, not for fame, but because she says the truth matters. And if she's telling the truth, Meghan didn't just use a surrogate. She allegedly lied about the very biology of her children. That's a level of deceit the royal family simply cannot afford. The implications are catastrophic.
Why are you lying to people? Why are you trying to mislead people? And naturally, this is only going to end up being fuel for surrogacy rumors. Because why else are you being sort of suspicious and secretive around labor and birth unless you're trying to shuffle out a surrogate?
Archie and Lilibet are seen as legitimate heirs, holding royal titles and a place in the line of succession. Meghan is not their biological mother, and if this was hidden deliberately, their status is in serious question. This isn't just family drama. This could cause a constitutional crisis, and the evidence keeps piling up. One British Airways flight attendant recently came forward with a chilling story. On a long-haul flight to South Africa in 2019, Meghan reportedly refused to touch or even look at baby Archie. The staff were left to care for him the entire trip. She didn't soothe him when he cried, didn't interact. Nothing. It wasn't a tired mom needing a break. It was something else, something cold. The attendant said there was zero maternal connection. And this story isn't isolated. Similar reports have surfaced for years. Airline staff describing Meghan's diva behavior, former palace workers calling her manipulative and performative, people who used to work closely with her saying she switches personas depending on who's watching, sweet and gracious when Harry is near, dismissive and cruel when he's not. These are not the signs of a woman deeply connected to her children. They're signs of a carefully constructed persona, one that's been collapsing piece by piece. And the desperation is showing. As these stories gain traction, Meghan suddenly launched a feel-good PR campaign. An American Airlines flight attendant posted a now viral clip showing a sweet handwritten note from Meghan thanking the crew. It was a touching gesture, too touching maybe. Dan Wooten's investigation revealed the whole thing was an orchestrated stunt.
The whole load of questions to Buckingham Palace about the birth of Archie, because I've never believed that the circumstances around the birth of Archie
Cooked up to counter the growing backlash. A photo op in disguise. And the timing? Suspiciously perfect. It was so clearly staged, people felt insulted. Why now? Why this story? Just as the internet exploded with surrogacy rumors and stories of her mistreatment of staff, because Meghan understands one thing better than most. Image is everything. Others say they simply want nothing to do with her anymore. And Meghan? Not a word. No press release. No Instagram post. Not even a vague comment about false narratives. And that silence, coming from someone who sued over a headline, is deafening. 'Cause silence is an innocence. It's control. This all comes at the worst possible time for the Sussexes. With their Netflix deal under threat, Spotify deal axed, and their massive Montecito lifestyle draining their finances, they are under pressure like never before. Sources reveal they've laid off up to 25 staffers in recent years, including their entire comms team. One insider joked, "Milk lasts longer than their employees. The illusion is cracking."
For it to be liked, but doesn't want to change anything about who she is in terms of just being authentic. And I think she has to make these little stunts to make herself seem likable. And
the $100 million Netflix deal everyone raved about, turns out it might be worth only $20 million. And that deal is set to expire this year. And their projects? Only Harry and Meghan performed well. Everything else, Heart of Invictus, the Polo series, fell flat. No traction, no buzz, no future. Their lavish expenses are unsustainable. Security costs, mansion taxes, mortgage payments, it's all stacking up. They're cutting costs not out of strategy, but out of necessity. So let's ask the big question. If these surrogacy claims are true, what happens next? The fallout would be massive. Meghan's image as the modern, groundbreaking royal woman, the mother who defied palace rules, who stood up to the press, who brought diversity and authenticity to the monarchy, would disintegrate. And Prince Harry? He'd go from misunderstood rebel to willing accomplice in a massive royal fraud. Even their most loyal supporters are beginning to pause. 'Cause this isn't about perfection, it's about truth. And when your entire brand is built on being honest and transparent, any deception, especially one this deep, is fatal. And now the public is connecting the dots. They're digging through metadata, guest lists, social media archives. They're using facial recognition on old yacht photos. They're pulling receipts. And what they're finding isn't scandalous in the traditional sense. There's no crime, no smoking gun, but there's a pattern, and patterns don't lie. And now, one question lingers above everything else like a storm cloud over the Sussex brand. If Meghan Markle never gave birth, what else has she lied about? What do you think? Is this the beginning of the end, or just another chapter in a royal saga filled with secrets, silence, and scandal? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget, the Buzz Loop will be right here, bringing you the truth no matter how deep the palace tries to bury it.